Big Vince and the Fat Cats. Cat Island Caribbean Jam. Another real adventure. Arr, arr, arr.
Real adventures never had a real adventure till this one.
You ain't seen nothing yet.
This week on Real Adventures, we're gonna be down in the southeastern Bahamas on Cat Island. We're gonna start off with some world-class, top-notch diving. We're gonna be in caves, not big caves, little caves, tiny caves, where you're like sneaking through, wondering where and how you're gonna get out. We're gonna be on walls looking at big sponges and soft corals. Then we're gonna take a long trip to the north end of the island of Pigeon Key. And we're gonna be fishing for some big old bonefish. And as soon as we get done chasing those ghosts of the flat, we're gonna head back to the south. We're gonna fish an amazing blue marlin tournament right out of Cat Island. So stick around for another real adventure.
Today, guys, we're gonna go out to the playground. It's probably about a 15-20 minute boat ride. Playground's a wall dive. So the bottom off the wall is about 1,000 feet. So we wanna be careful when we're descending, just to make sure that, we regulate our descent.
Randy, he's the dive master. And you know what? This guy is a world-class diver. Awesome guy. He knows the reefs inside and out. He knows where all the good spots are. Randy's a professional. He keeps his boats immaculate, clean, in perfect working order, and safety's #1.
When we get off the boat, we'll have a tagline off the back. If you guys want to drift back and hang on the tagline, let's wait for everybody and kind of go down together, because this is a tunnel dive. A lot of times what I find is when we're in the tunnels, the sharks hear you and they swim around outside the wall. So they're kind of like wondering what's roosting the fish up in the tunnels. Actually, these tunnels burst out into the wall. So we'll be inside the reef and we'll just swim right outside in the wall. A lot of times you'll see the shark there. The biggest thing is, remember, 1,500, half tank, and we got to do a safety stop. 3 minutes at 15 feet.
Okay, let's go catch a larger. Let's go catch a crawfish.
Let's go catch a few crawfish.
A few crawfish. You got that right. You guys get ready for another real adventure. We in Cat Island.
Down home, Cat Island.
It's amazing when you can get on a plane right out of West Palm Beach or Fort Lauderdale and take a short 300-mile flight to the southeast. Cat Island is just this rustic, beautiful island set all by itself. It's easy to get to, and there is just so much to do there. There's not a lot of nightlife, there's not a lot of bars and hip hop, but if you're into real life, you're into real fun, and you're into a real adventure, then Cat Island has everything that you need.
Bye guys, have fun. Okay. Catch me a mermaid.
We pulled up, hooked onto the ball. I threw on my gear and in the water I went, literally as fast as possible. Randy hit the water, I hit the water, and down we went. It was about 100 feet, maybe 110. And when you get close, when you just get in on the coral, they're actually moving, they're alive. You know what, there's nowhere in the world got more beautiful coral than Cat Island. So once you get past looking at the coral, then you just back up and look, and there's just herds of little fish, small bluefish, redfish, greenfish, the abundance of life. At one point I'm out in the sand and I look and there was a monster hogfish. A lot of people call them hog snapper. They're actually a hogfish. They're a member of the wrasse family. Extremely good to eat, but you know what? That fish was great just to watch. Getting ready to go down into a cave system, and a big tiger grouper just comes swimming right along, swims into the cave, basically like a host into his living room. I didn't do a lot of videoing while I was in that cave because it's very serious. A, #1, you don't want to get lost. B, you want to pay attention to what's going on. So I handed the camera to Dustin, and as I got into that cave, we found ourselves in an amazingly tight little area. I could see light at the end of the tunnel, and we were actually going down. We had about 1,500 pounds of air left, and I could see light at the end of the tunnel, and we're sneaking around, and at one point I could literally hear Dustin behind me laughing, thinking, what have you gotten me into? And I was going, and I would sort of take the tank off my back a little bit and sneak through, and final last, I came through the opening, and boom, right out in the blue water I was. It was sort of like, it was like a scene from Goonies or something. It was crazy. So I turned around and I see Dustin sort of like crawling out of this hole like a creature from the deep, and I actually grabbed the video camera from him and turned it around, and you can see Dustin just coming out of this hole like, woohoo, thanks for getting me out of there. And to the top we went. That was a lot of fun, which all the caves in Cat Island aren't that tight, but it was really, really unique being in that system.
Last week my wife had to take out whale insurance on me because I was swimming with the whales. She found out I was cave diving. She'd have to take out more insurance.
There's nothing like going out into the ocean and getting fresh lobsters or crabs or fish and cooking it up yourself. It's enjoying the fruits of your labor and enjoying the fruits of the sea. You know what? That's what the ocean's for. It's to supply us with food like that. Obviously great memories, but great food as well. And I have no problem with harvesting fish or lobsters from the sea. But you should always keep in mind that you should only take what you need and never just take a bunch just to kill it.
Well, it looks like Charles, the dive master, free dove down and got a nice Cat Island lobster. So this is a pretty typical size of what kind of lobsters we harvest down here. So you guys can get an idea. A little bit bigger than Florida lobsters. That's a good example of what we have on Cat Island. That's about an average size one. They get a lot bigger than that here though. We got a lot of these also down here on Cat Island. These are spider crabs. Very, very good. Better than lobster to eat. So it looks like some really nice claws on this one.
You know what, I have no problem with catching lobsters, catching crabs, or spearing fish. But I tell you what, you can always depend on Billy for the meat.
We got our standard fare here, our ribs and our smoked turkey. We got a little bit of venison in here and our pork. You know, we can feed this crowd.
We have to have some of this juice in here to make sure it's nice and moist. Don't want to have dry lobster.
Lucky me, I'm preparing cocktail sauce because I know someone is going to be shucking oysters at any minute.
I'm going down to Cat Island, gonna get me some tuna fish. I'm going down to Cat Island, gonna get me some tuna fish. I'm gonna find me a sweet woman, and I'm gonna make me a dish.
Well, after a beautiful day of diving there in the south end of Cat Island, we had planned to go north to Pigeon Key. Beautiful resort owned by Ned and Leslie. Well, along the way, our cab driver just so happens to be a Pentecostal minister there. And I must say she's got quite a voice because she was able to sing us a couple gospel songs on the way to keep us entertained.
I am so glad that my Father in heaven tells of his love in the book he has given. Wonderful word in the Bible I sing. That is the dearest that Jesus loves me.
If someone were gonna ask me why would I go to Pigeon Key, it'd be just to get away. It's absolute powder white beaches, no TVs and telephones, nothing to stress you out. It's just a place to go, get away, feel the cool ocean breezes, maybe catch a few bonefish, go offshore and catch some snapper. But more importantly, it's about relaxing. It's about eating some good island food, having nice service, and you can just get away, relax, and enjoy life.
Rule number 1, don't hook the guide. Rule number 2, if you forget what the rules are, refer to the guide. He lets you know that the rules don't change. Number 1, number 2, don't hook the guide.
And the next morning we woke up and we had planned to go bone fishing all day. And typically it's quite calm there. You can expect 5, 10, maybe 15 mile an hour winds out of the southeast. It's a typical trade wind. Well, it was blowing 15, 20, 25, 30 out of the southeast. And you know what? Try to sneak up on a bonefish on a flat, waiting, and then present a fly to it in gusting winds like that. It's very, very difficult. Then throw into the mix that you need a cameraman to sneak along with you, stay out of the way of your back cast, and capture it all on film. Needless to say, it was challenging. We literally waited miles that first morning, at least 3-4 miles.
Yeah, you want to cross that channel and get over on that flat. You're not going to keep the family jewel dry until you get over. So, not to worry about it.
And at the very end of the bay, I located a few. I was just sneaking a step at a time. It was a miracle. I was able to throw that fly up there. The bonefish made a turn, a couple small strips, and he ate it. Talking joy and jubilation.
It was such a cool feeling, you know, when you're sneaking along in this water and then boom, you see him over there and it's like, oh, you're trying to make a perfect cast. You got a pretty stiff breeze here.
It was my first bonefish on fly. Made some ripping runs. He was probably about a 3-4 pounder, but just a beautiful fish. They're firm, they have them hard scales, that soft, fleshy lips, and they're just gorgeous. After a short time, we let him go and he swam away. You know what, Pigeon Key's a nice place. I can guarantee you can go there and catch a boatload of bonefish. Not to mention the resort's awesome. They've got a little golf course out front if you want to go swing the clubs a little bit. It's not an Arnold Palmer golf course by any stretch of the imagination. They take care of it, maintain it themselves, but it's fun to go out there. I was out there with a couple of the kids. We're all swinging the clubs, knocking golf balls all over the place. It was a good time. The kids were showing off a little bit. We were having a blast. I can tell you one thing. It's a place back in time. It's off the beaten track. You have all the amenities that you would ever need, yet you don't have that hustle and bustle of the busy life. Pigeon Key, it's a place you'd like to check out. Kick back, relax, have a cocktail, catch bonefish. Well, after a short but very exciting and beautiful stay in Cat Island, my trip had to change gears. I actually was offered a beautiful opportunity to fly to the Sea of Cortez down to Santa Rosalia and film a show for the History Channel called Monster Quest, diving with giant squid. Now, you know what? This was an amazing opportunity. So Mike Berry stayed and fished in the 8th annual Hawk's Nest Billfish Blast on the Tough Catch.
Welcome to the 8th annual Hawk's Nest Invitational Tournament. Dolphin, tuna, wahoo, it's $1,000 a fish. Everybody good with that? Daily for billfish, $1,500. Overall billfish, $2,000.
So I know that first morning they fired up them big diesel engines and they headed out. And you know what? It was dead serious.
All right, tournament boats, 2008 Billfish Blast at Hawk's Nest Resort and Marina. We've got our Calcuttas for the day. We've got the daily Calcutta at 12K, which is $3,000 a day. We've got the Wahoo Calcutta at 12, Tuna Calcutta at 13,000, Dolphin Calcutta at 16,000, overalls at 26,000. Good luck, guys. Bimini starts 7:30 right out front.
Lines in at 8 o'clock. Put out the teasers, you put out the baits, and you put out a couple lures, and they started trolling. High expectations. You're looking for a blue marlin, you're looking for white marlin, you're looking for sailfish, or you're looking for the biggest dolphin or wahoo or tuna.
We're about 10 miles off the north tip of Cat Island. 2008 Hawk's Nest Invitational Championship. First day of fishing, trying to get our first fish.
Well, you know, with the first day, everyone's trying to get a feel for what's going on, where the bite's at. And when they put the lines out, they had high expectations. And day one really was a good day. They were able to score 2 releases on white marlin. They were able to catch a big wahoo and a really nice tuna. As well, they saw a huge 400, possibly 500 pound blue marlin sunning. So after an action-packed, exciting first day where they caught some really nice fish, the excitement and the expectation for day 2 was even higher. So they returned to the marina. They got all their baits rigged, they got everything put back into order, organized and ready for day 2. Fishing is fishing. Fishing is not catching. And on day 2, they were fishing. They had a big boat ride. They didn't do that well, but you know what? That's okay because there's always the 3rd day of the tournament. In a tournament series, you have 4 days. 3 of them you will fish. You can lay on either one of the days you choose. Well, after an exciting first day, and then a slow second day, they decided to lay on the 3rd and then fish the 4th. So what do you do on a lay day? Lay? Not hardly. This is Cat Island. You pick up a surfboard and you go surfing.
Look out for your flat bait. Here comes another one in on the mackerel. Wow, we got another dolphin on here. Here they come up the middle. Here comes another one. Here comes another one down sea. Look at, there's like 3 or 4 20 or 30 pounders all over this guy. There's a whole mess of them with him. Oh, he just got it. We got another dolphin. You know, these dolphins are getting a little annoying at this point. Frustrating.
Unfortunately, in a tournament, the green hornet, AKA dolphin, dorado, mahi-mahi, or whatever else you want to call it, are not what you're fishing for. And on day 3, as is oftentimes in Cat Island, the green hornets were everywhere. You'd put baits out, pow, you'd get fish on. Cranking, 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 cranking baits away, cranking fish in. And you know what? When you're constantly catching dolphin, it's tough to keep the baits in the water to catch a blue marlin, white marlin, or sailfish. So you know what? They had a great day on day 3. Unfortunately, they were catching the wrong fish. So you know what? There can only be one winner in a tournament. And it wasn't the tough catch this year.
For the biggest fish in the Calcuttas, we want to start in the Wahoo division. For $12,000 goes to Cow Hunter. In the Tuna division, for $13,000, we have So What. Now in the Dolphin division, 67.7 pound dolphin goes to Cowpole. Real Healthcare wins 3rd place. Taking 2nd place is Hog Wild. For 1st place overall in the Billfish division, 5,000 of which Hawk's Nest participates in. Overall Calcuttas, 26,000. On top of that goes to the boat, 2 cats.